What's in your Bible? William Tyndale. William Tyndale was at dinner with a Roman Catholic prelate. They were discussing the authority of the Pope and all of his laws as opposed to the Bible and all of its laws. Whenever the Roman Catholic prelate would try to correct Tyndale with the Pope's laws, Tyndale would quote the Bible back at him. Frustrated because the Roman Catholic didn't know his Bible, he blurted out, "We would be better without the Bible and God's laws than we would be without the Pope and his laws." To which Tyndale proclaimed, "I defy the Pope and all of his laws, and if God will allow me, I will see to it that the ignorant plowboy knows more about the Bible than you do." Needless to say, dinner was over. So Tyndale set out. He tried to go to the Roman Catholic Church. He went to Bishop Tunstall and asked, "Can I put the Bible into English? It's the language of the people. They have no idea what God's law says." Bishop Tunstall and the Roman Catholic Church said no. But Tyndale listened to the calling of God instead and set out to translate the Bible into English. 4 years later, Tyndale's New Testament comes out in 1525. They had to smuggle it into England because having a Bible in English was illegal. The Roman Catholic Bishop Tunstall burnt every copy he could get his hands on. After the first edition came out, Tyndale started back over and he started to work on some of the more difficult parts, plus he started working on the Old Testament. Now he had a problem because he didn't have the money to print the new edition. Meanwhile, Bishop Tunstall and the Roman Catholic Church was furious that these English Bibles were coming into the country. They had to do something. There was a bookseller friend of Tyndale's who was helping Tyndale smuggle in the books. He had an idea. The bookseller went to Bishop Tunstall and said, "Look, I know where I can find these Bibles, but you're going to have to buy them from me because I can't afford to buy these Bibles and just give them to you." So Bishop Tunstall said, "Yes, you buy every Bible you can and you get them to me and I will pay you back." So the bookseller told Tyndale and bought every book that he could find in the first edition, sold them to the Roman Catholic Church, and he gave it to Tyndale. So Tyndale used that money to print the second edition. Soon, England was being flooded again with the New Testament in English. Of course, they were not happy to see these new editions coming in, so they sent out secret spies to try to find Tyndale and stop him from doing this. A Roman Catholic spy, Henry Phillips, befriended Tyndale, found out where he was and how he was doing things, and then, like Judas, turned him into the Roman Catholic Church. Tyndale then spent 500 days in a horrific jail. Did Tyndale give up? No. He continued to translate the Old Testament from the Hebrew into English. After the 500 days in jail, Tyndale was declared a heretic, and he was given over to the authorities, like Jesus was given over to the authorities by the Jews, to be strangled and burned at the stake. The last words that Tyndale said before he was strangled and burned was, "O Lord, open the King of England's eyes." Within 2 years, King Henry VIII declared that the English Bible would be put in every single church in the country. If not, they would shut down the church. This was known as the Great Bible or the Chain Bible. They had to chain it to the pulpit because they would walk away. It's because of William Tyndale that you have a Bible in English. Tyndale knew 8 languages forwards and backwards. He was such a master at languages that while translating from Hebrew into English, he had to make up words in order for us to be able to understand it. He made up the word Passover, intercession, atonement, mercy seat, scapegoat, and others. Tyndale was trying to be so literal with the Hebrew that he adopted Hebrew syntax into English. The noun to a noun, or in other words, the beast of the field or the fowls of the air. In essence, Tyndale created a Bible language, a language where the plowboy would learn how to read and learn the language of the Bible. You'll hear a lot on how Shakespeare shaped the Bible. Actually, before that, it was Tyndale that shaped the language. Without Tyndale, there was no Shakespeare. Now, Tyndale translated not as the scholars wrote. His goal was to set out to make sure that the ignorant plowboy could understand what the Bible said in his language. Yet today, with as literate as our country is, it seems as though we're not even as smart as the ignorant plowboy. Since William Tyndale gave his life so that you could have the Bible in English, wouldn't it be good to study to show thyself approved unto God?